Chapter number 8. Habits of plants. Different kinds of plants need different kinds of environment to grow. Some plants grow on land, some in cold region, some in hot region, and some in water. All these regions are called habitats. Plants help us in our survival. All plants can be mainly classified into two main categories: terrestrial or land plants, aquatic or water plants. Terrestrial plants, plants that grow on land, are called land or terrestrial plants. The largest living things on this earth are land plants. Land plants grow almost everywhere. They are found in plain, hills, sea coasts, and desert area. Plants of plain. The plants that grow in plains require moderate temperature and moisture. They can survive in hot summer and cold winter. Mango, banyan, peepal, neem, and shisham are some common trees of the plains. These trees have a strong stem with a large number of branches and well-developed root system. Mountain plant. It is very cold on mountains. Trees of mountains are very difficult from the trees of plains. Trees are very tall in these areas. They grow upward and not sideways. Their shape is like a cone, such as pine, fir, cedar, etc. Many fruit trees also grow in mountains. Apple tree is the most popular tree of Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh. It grows only on mountain, but apples are eaten all over India. Apples are packed and transported to different parts of the country by truck. Tea plants also grow in hilly region. They need heavy rainfall, but they grow on hilly slopes where water does not stagnate near the roots. Assam, Darjeeling, and Nilgiris produce fine quality of tea. Coastal plants. Areas that are close to sea are called the coastal areas. Plants of coastal areas are typical like coconut, rubber, etc. These trees remain evergreen throughout the year. Many fruit trees also grow here like banana, chiku, cashew, etc. Some areas near the sea coast are marshy and the soil is clayey. Mangrove plants like Rhizophora and Avicennia grow in such type of marshy areas. Clay soil have not enough air for the roots to breathe, so the mangrove plants have special roots called respiratory roots. They come out of soil, have pores, and help in exchange of gases. Desert plants. There is scarcity of plants and trees in the desert areas due to scanty rainfall. Due to little rainfall, the plants do not attain much height. They remain short in the size. Many desert plants like cactus have thorns. Date palm is another important plant of deserts. Some plants grow near an oasis in a desert. Parasitic plants. Some plants obtain their food from other living plants or animals. Such type of plants are called parasitic plants like amarbale. Saprophytic plants. Some small plants that grow on dead parts of a plant, for example mushroom, grow on hay and fungus. These saprophytic do not possess chlorophyll, so they cannot produce their own food. Aquatic or water plants. Plants that grow in water are called aquatic plants. These are mainly of three types. Fixed floating plants. Some aquatic plants remain fixed in the soil at the bottom of the pond by long hollow stem and deep roots. These have broad leaves which float on the surface of the water. The leaf stalks are spongy and filled with air. The leaves have stomata only on their upper surface for respiration. For example, lotus. Free-floating plants. The aquatic plants that float freely on the surface of water are called free-floating plants. Their roots are not fixed in the soil. At the bottom of water, they float on water due to their small size and light spongy body like duckweed, pista, and wolffia. Some free-floating plants have swelling on their leaf stalks which are filled with air. This makes the plants light and keeps them afloat like water hyacinth. Underwater plants. These plants are fixed to soil at the bottom of the pond with their roots. Their stem and leaves remain fully immersed in water. The leaves are narrow and ribbon-like to offer little resistance to water currents. Stomata is absent in these plants. They breathe the air dissolved in water through the entire surface. They help in keeping the water clean. Therefore, they are grown in aquarium, for example, Hydrilla, Vallisneria, etc. Things to remember. Plants grow in various surroundings and these surroundings are called habitats of plants. Plants that grow on land are called terrestrial plants. Plants that grow in water are called aquatic plants. Trees on mountains are very tall and cone-shaped. Apple tree is a popular tree of hilly region. Tea plants also grow in hilly region. Banana, chiku, etc. grow in coastal areas. Mangrove plants grow in marshy areas. Desert plants get very little rainfall, so they are thorny. Parasitic plants obtain their food from other living plants and animals. Saprophytic plants grow on dead parts of plants, such as mushrooms. Aquatic plants are of three types: fixed floating, free floating, and underwater plants.